Okay, boys and girls, we are going to try to create this wonderful work of art today. This is an outside scene. Notice the hills and the sun shining in the sky. In art class, we call this a landscape, a picture of an outside scene. Now, you might notice some funny lines inside of each of these spaces of the hill and in the sky. We're going to practice a lot of these different types of lines today before we create this picture. So your practice worksheet today looks just like this. You're going to start by putting your name on top by using a pencil. Each of these boxes right here is where you will practice different types of lines. In my box right here, I have practiced the lines that you will try to practice. So the first box here says straight lines. You're going to practice making a line that goes from one point to the next and has no lumps or bumps and is completely straight. You can try and copy exactly how my lines look or just fill up your box with lots of straight lines. Once you have a few, move on to the next box. This is curved lines. Curved lines go from one point to the next and they have a lump in them, kind of like a smile or a rainbow or a hill. Next is the wavy lines. There are many hills next to each other, or they kind of look like the waves in the water. So fill up your box with different wavy lines, different directions. Okay, I'm going to keep going until I finished all of these lines: zigzag, loopy lines, dashed, dotted, crisscross, castle lines, and overlap. So if I finished all of these, I can raise my hand. Next, you're going to get your directions worksheet, and you're going to get a blank white piece of paper to start your landscape. So I'm going to put my directions on one spot, and my landscape is going to go nice and long. That's what we call horizontal. We're going to try and follow the directions from step 1 to 2 to 3 all the way to 6. So for this one, I'm going to switch to a black marker so that I can have some really dark, nice lines. So I'm really going to have to look with my eyes. What do I see in step number 1? I see some hills, but they are curvy lines. And notice how they overlap each other. One hill starts, the next one starts at that hill, and they don't run into each other's space, they just overlap. They go right one behind the next. Okay, and then I'm going to go on to box number 2 and notice how the hills get a little bit bigger, and there's a sun in the middle. A curvy line and some straight lines from the sun. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Look at how the sun got a little bit bigger with some wavy lines in between the straight lines. Okay, looks like I'm on the right track. Now look what happened to this hill. Looks like there are some crisscross lines. So those are lines that start straight in one direction, but then they cross in a different direction. Kind of like little boxes on a fence. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, there's some more different types of lines that I practiced on this hill. Some dashed lines, some zigzag lines, some loopy lines, dotted lines, and then some straight lines. All right, looks like I'm almost there. What's next? Ooh, there's a lot more details in this one. On the hills, more lines. Some zigzag lines. And what's over here? Oh, there's some circles. I'm repeating a shape that I learned last week. I'm going to fill up this whole hill with circles. Now what's left? Oh, there's some details in the sky. I can add my own details like some clouds, or look at the ones in the picture. There's some birds. Maybe I could draw a little house here. So I'm going to finish this picture by adding some details that I like to my picture. Maybe they don't even have to be in this picture. Maybe I just add some of my own, like maybe there will be another tree over here with some branches. Maybe I could draw a person on the hill. So I'm going to keep adding some details with my markers. When I finish, then I can take my crayons and I can start to color in some of these details. So I can take my yellow crayon and I can color the sun here. And I'm really going to try and stay inside of my lines like we practiced with our shapes last time. Maybe I could even color over my lines. This is called outlining. I can go over my lines to make them colorful. Maybe I can even take my crayons and keep adding some lines with my crayons to make these lines more colorful. Or I can just color in the spaces. Maybe I want to color these spaces of the square over here, different colors. I can get super detailed with my colors however I like. So when you finish your picture, I would like to see a lot of color and a lot of different types of lines all over your landscape like we practiced in our practice. So if I'm finished, I can put my name on the back with a pencil and then raise my hand again, and Miss Buettner will tell me what's next.